Hi guys, I don't usually videotape at night, but kind of in a mood. So today I went to the thrift store and I got this wood pallet sign. So it had a saying on it. You can see somebody made this out of, it's kind of rough wood. I gessoed over it lightly and I'm going to pour on it, and I'm going to do kind of light beachy colors, and I hope this works. I only gessoed over it like an hour ago. It feels dry to the touch. Let's hope it is. Here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to fill up each of these cups with, I'm missing a glove. I'm going to fill up each of these cups with these, the Teal, the permanent green from Vallejo Fluid Acrylics, and the ultramarine blue and the zinc white. And zinc white's transparent. I usually use titanium white, but I figure because I gessoed over it, hopefully it's gonna have nice coverage anyway. We'll find out. What I'm thinking, and it's just Floetrol and the fluid acrylics, and I put treadmill silicone in these three colors and none in the white, and we'll see what happens. I'm thinking that I might do a little cup at each end, but we'll play it by ear. So I'm going to fill each of these. Oh, that's a lot. Try to get it fairly even, but I'm not too worried about it. And I'm going to try and mix them. Pour from kind of high. And I'm going to put a little bit of white in each cup. But mostly I'm going to spread the white on the wood directly. I also, today when I went to the thrift store, I found, I don't know if you can see this washing pan. Ann Osborne uses one of these with kind of channels across, so the paint drips into the wash pan. And it's been one of those things like, I should get one of those, and I haven't for forever. And this was at the thrift store for $8. These are normally about $20 to $40, so couldn't believe it. And I'll tell you something, I literally never went to the thrift store until maybe 6 months ago, and I was looking for something that I couldn't find online. Something that I saw at Brookstone, 10 years ago, and it was kind of this back pillow thing, and I just started looking at thrift stores. Like, I mean, you could buy those things nowadays, but there was this very particular one that was like, oh man, why didn't I buy that? So I actually found it at a thrift store. So for $5, and it was a $125 item. So I've been going to thrift stores on a regular basis since then. Let's see. And I really don't know how much paint I'm going to need. So I'll kind of fill these cups and see where I am. So what I was thinking I would do is, there are two full to really flip without making a big mess. So I'm thinking, actually, you know what? What I'm gonna do is like this. Actually, it's spreading out too much, so I'm gonna I don't want to lose it all off the sides, so I've never tried this technique before. See if it works. Just keep those dripping, and what I'm thinking is that I'm just going to do a little extra white. In between these kind of natural little undulations here. And this way I won't have to pour off too much. And I think I'm gonna torch it right away. Let's see. Okay. I'm probably gonna want to pour a lot off anyway because I want it to dry nicely on the wood. Getting some nice cells, nice colors. Let's see. I'm thinking I'll pour this way. But let me get a little better vantage point. And because of the little skids that are on the back here, it'll be elevated up out of the paint, somewhat. Okay, let me go around this side. So these really aren't my normal colors, but I was thinking I could do something kind of beachy and then maybe do kind of ropes. And I have a ton of seashells from when I was a kid. And I used to collect them and buy them at little rock shops on the coast in Oregon. And they're just in a little jar in my bathroom, doing nothing, taking up space, so I was thinking maybe I could finally do something with them. Do something crafty with them. I do have to say I'm much more environmentally friendly now than when I was a kid, so if I know they're kind of a native shell to if I know I'm going to be at a beach, we'll actually take some of the shells and put them back. The ones that I know were purchased from the Philippines, I'm just holding on to. I have no plans to visit the Philippines anytime soon. So, okay. Tilting this pretty aggressively. I'm just trying to cover all the wood. I might, end up going back and sanding this down a bit, roughing it up to make it more beachy, but in case I don't, I want everything covered. And trying to fill in blank spots here, and you can just see how transparent this paint is compared to, say, the Winsor & Newton tube paints. Okay. And the wood on the end is it's kind of rough cut, so I don't know if we're ever going to get great coverage. It'll be one of those, it'll be kind of a rough sign, I'm thinking. Let me torch it some more. So this is pretty boring. So I'm almost thinking that I might take the paint that's left and mix up maybe even some beige, some unbleached titanium, excuse me, and kind of drizzle over the top of this. Make it a little more interesting. I'm just going to take the white and use the same cup, do the unbleached titanium in there. Okay. Reuse the stick. It's got a little bit of blue on it, but oh well. This is a lot of, I probably won't use all of this, I just made up a bunch. Okay. And there's a lot of bubbles. Try and tamp those out. I'm going to add a little silicone. Closed it up. I'm knocking over the bottle of silicone all the time, so I try to close it. Okay. You know what I think I'm going to do is take this cup that's got just a little bit of green left in it and mix all these paints into it. And this cup has got a hair. Don't want that. Nice cell action going on in there. Oh, just drooped Oops. I am not, everything's getting slippery. Okay, I think that's about everything. So I'm going to give it a little stir. And then, let's see, what shall I do? I think I'm going to drizzle it on in bands. Kind of go over that little blob that I put on there. Okay, so I'm going to tilt it this way, get rid of this. Try and get rid of this right here. Let it stretch out, I should say. Tilt this way a little bit. Go around here, tilt the other way. All right, I think I like this a lot better. And let me wipe my hands off and let's torch. I think adding that unbleached titanium added an element of almost like yellow, so it made the pour a lot warmer and a lot more sort of beachy, sort of sandy color in there. It almost looks yellow here and sand colored there. Okay. Interesting. There's some nice cells going on in these strips, so I'm glad I added those. I'm thinking that this is gonna take days and days to dry because I don't want it to tilt off too much. And then there's like paint drizzled in between that's going to take a long time to dry. So this is going to, I'm not even sure where I'll put it to dry for several days, but anyway, let me get the camera down here. See. Get my shadow out of there. Oh. That looks like a glare, but it's actually just a big patch of white. You can kind of see the overall effect from this angle. And again, this looks like light, but it's actually just paint. All right, thanks. So if this works, I will actually make some palettes to pour on. I like this as a kind of a canvas, and it won't droop in the middle. I can see a lot of possibilities for this. I'm glad I found this at the thrift store. Try out these Vallejo acrylics. They're so easy to mix. I only bought 6 colors to try it out, so I'll be buying more and keep you posted. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll probably be right back with another video.